We're about to go racing though here in Aragon for Moto2. It's lights out and away we go. Good start from the second row by Alonso Lopez. Superb start. He might already have the inside line on Dixon and the Reynas. Fernandez though makes the dream launch from pole position. He leads.
Not the best start for Ayagura. I think he's the second now of the Honda Team Major Bikes behind his teammate Songkyak Chantra. That's Lopez down, is that?
Yeah, Lopez has gone down. Alonso Lopez goes down.
A few riders down.
Marcel Schrotter has also gone down as well, further down the pack. Schrotter started way deep on the grid in 22nd place, but there is going to be no dream. Back-to-back wins for Alonso Lopez. He did even make it to turn number 3 here in Aragon. Mazzana with Alonso Lopez down and out. Connect on the inside of one of the gas bar machines. I'm thinking that might be Alberto Reynas into turn 7.
Perfect first lap for Augusto Fernandez. He's well clear of that drama further back. It's Dixon leading the chase in second place. Canet now ahead of Alberto Reynas into third. And then it's Acosta, and Agora has recovered from a slightly tardy getaway. He's now running in 6th. Here is Celestino Vietti, who's up into the point. He's battling there into turn 1 with Jeremy Alcoba. So at the moment, 1 World Championship point for Celestino Vietti.
Someone else is down. Was that, I don't know, somebody else has gone down out of the, well, turn 2, the exact same place where we lost Alonso Lopez on the first lap. Just trying to find out who that was. It was difficult with the camera angle flashing straight through to see who it was who was down there. That's why the yellow flags were out in the first sector.
So Reynas has now gone down out of the top 6.
Oh, another blown opportunity for Alberto Reynas. How many times have we seen this when he's qualified?
There's 3 riders down.
So well. We've lost
Gonzalez and Alcoba too. Here comes Acosta once again as we look now into turn 7. Canet stays ahead for now. Arbolino also further back, just got past Ayagura, who's currently sitting in 6th place. That's not a bad result by any means, but with Augusto Fernandez leading this race, Canet way out wide. This is crucial times now for Ayagura. If he's got any kind of pace, he needs to try and pick his way through this battle and try and salvage a podium.
Yeah, and the hammer's being put down here by Fernandez. This is going to be what happened to Alberto Reynas, just sliding out there, bottom left-hand side of your picture into turn 12.
More follow him in.
Yeah, and then Gonzalez.
And Alcoba.
Yeah, that was scary for Reynas. He would have heard those bikes hurtling towards him there. Alcoba then and Gonzalez go down. So already a nearly part of this Grand Prix. There's a Reynas then out all on his lonesome. And then this would have been the scary, yeah, look at that. You can see bikes and bodies flying towards him. Gonzalez takes a couple of big barrel rolls to the gravel trap. That's back-to-back DNS for the young Spaniard there. So out of turn 15 on this lap number 3 with a commanding advantage already, hasn't he, Augusto Fernandez, into the 3rd sector. He's 1.3 seconds ahead already of Dixon, who's now coming under big pressure here from both Acosta and Canet. Acosta trying to find the inside line on Canet into turn 16. He's got through. Acosta then onto the podium place in 3rd, although he's in a little bit hot, and Canet will immediately seize that 3rd place back.
Yeah, Acosta got a good drive out of turn 15 and good speed down the straights to go past Canet. You can see him again off the corners. He pulls alongside immediately. Aaron Canet now has the inside line into turn 1. He's comfortably through before they even hit the brakes. So Acosta back into the podium positions as a couple of riders go out wide. Navarro, by the looks of it, and Chantra both getting sucked in wide into turn 1. Yeah, on that last lap, Augusto Fernandez was in the 52s. The chasing pack were predominantly in the 53s, with the exception, actually, of Tony Arbolino, who did a 52A.
Yeah, Acosta's gone for it. That had to come, because he could see Fernandez just checking out in the distance. Pedro Acosta, he was pushing that front Dunlop tie, wasn't he, to its extreme there, down the hill to get through on Dixon into 2nd place. And now it's getting worse for Jake Dixon, because Canet picks him off on the brakes down the hill into turn number 14. So in the blink of an eye, Dixon goes from 2nd to 4th. Let's just check the gap then now between Fernandez and Acosta. It's nearly 1.9 seconds as we come to a conclusion on this lap 4.
So crucial times now as we now see what kind of pace Acosta in clear has up his sleeve. Arbolino now looking to relegate Dixon further. Players, I mentioned a moment ago that Arbolino was as quick as the leader on the previous lap. The fastest rider actually on track on the previous lap was Fermin Aldeguer, back in 10th position, who did a 1:52.6, which is the time that Fernandez has just done in the lead. Personal best 2 for Acosta. Dixon's trying to come back at Arbolino, but he's soon going to have Ayagura on his case. Dixon is slipping down your timings on the left, but don't worry, you can see him still there, currently running in 5th position, just ahead of Ayagura. Something's happened here, look, man. Aaron Canet has gone past Pedro Acosta into 2nd place. They are still both closing in on Augusto Fernandez, but it's Canet now who leads the chase of the race leader. Augusto Fernandez, he was comfortably following Pedro Acosta in his chase of the race leader. It's now Canet leading that chase. just down under 0.3 of a second now to Augusto Fernandez. Still an awful lot of time to go in this race, so if anyone's coming into tyre problems, it's very early.
Oh, two-bike slipstream there for Pedro Acosta, and he just eases on through by Aaron Canet in the braking zone for turn 16. He just got some massive clear air punched in front of him there by both Fernandez and Canet. Through he came, then back into second place, and he should be making light work here. Fernandez directly ahead of him. Over the line they come, the gap now under 1/4 of a second between Fernandez and Acosta. Yeah, Canet gives him a long stare to his right there. They fight for the slipstream. Power to weight will be a factor here as well. Pedro Acosta much lighter.
Look.
That's all I was going to say. Just he's the much lighter man, much shorter and lighter than Augusto Fernandez, one of the taller and heavier riders in Moto2. And Acosta just blasts that Red Bull KTM machine through. And for the first time in this Grand Prix, on lap number 10, 11 to go here, it's Pedro Acosta that leads in Aragon.
Could just see him in the background still there as Canet now has a go. This is where he lost third place a lap or two prior. He's now back ahead of Tony Arbolino into third position.
Surely Aaron Canet's not on course for yet another second place in the Moto2 World Championship. He's had 11 podiums in this category. 8 have been seconds. He blitzes straight through though, doesn't he? Arbolino back again. And while these two are sort of carving each other up, messing each other up, this is just giving it a little bit of an easier time to the two Red Bull KTM riders ahead of him. Arbolino goes wide again into turn 16. Canet sweeps back on through. This is just music to the ears of Fernandez and Acosta.
Acosta back in the 52s. He's got the pace to go on and win this Grand Prix.
Arbolino.
As it stands, Arbolino shaping again. No way through. Canet better on the brakes on that occasion, but a 1:52.8 for Pedro Acosta, which included, that was his first lap really in clear air, and he's pulled a half a second lead out on his teammate.
Canet goes for it down there into the reverse corkscrew. That was brave, wasn't it, from Aaron Canet? He had to be precise, inch perfect on the brakes there on the inside of the World Championship leader. That's exactly what he was. Canet then on course for yet another second place.
Could still happen for Iagura if he can get past Arbolino, which I think he just did.
Yeah.
Looking on the left-hand side of your screen. No, Arbolino back through. He could still finish this race one place behind his title rival.
Yeah, and that'll be another Super Sunday salvage job, wouldn't it, for Iagura, because he's been all at sea really all weekend. He was only 15th at the end of FP3 yesterday after a crash late on in that third practice session. Only got himself in the middle of the third row of the grid, but he always finds something, doesn't he? He always digs deep on a Sunday, does Iagura, and this is a big couple of positions here for him. He's gone for it on the inside of turn 12. That has been coming. He made the move early on in this lap through turn 7. Arbolino got it straight back. Arbolino can't settle here for 5th because Jake Dixon wants that spot. He wants even more. Can Dixon do anything about the two men directly ahead of him?
We're on to the final lap, though, with Pedro Acosta, who's comfortably 3 seconds clear of this battle for second place.
Pedro Acosta running away then towards his second victory in the Moto2 World Championship. He tasted the race-winning Prosecco for the first time in this Intermediate World Championship. Back at the Italian Grand Prix in Mugello, he's had some pretty severe injury problems to contend with since then, but showing once again why so many people think that we have a MotoGP World Champion in the making in the form of this young man, the 18-year-old Spaniard. Either side of that left femur break in those 5 Grand Prix, he's been top 6 in every one. Youngest Intermediate World Championship race winner in history, wasn't he? And it looks like he's going to be back on the top step of the podium in emphatic and dominant fashion here today.
Arbolino back past Agora.
Arbolino. Well, Tony Arbolino should be getting a present off Augusto Fernandez if this stays as is, because this is a pretty important fight for that 4th place here. Can Agura respond here late on? He made the move on Arbolino on the last lap down here to turn 12, and he's going for it again. Arbolino just tries desperately to shut the door. Dixon's gone down in the very same corner that his teammate Alberto Arenas went down right at the beginning of this Grand Prix. No points on offer for the Gasgas Aspar team. Jake Dixon, then, he was just fighting for 4th after his warm-up crash this morning. His day ends in disaster as well. Dixon out of 6th place. That that will push Aldeguer on the 54 bike up into the top 6. Can Ayagura then hang on to this vital 4th place here? 2 corners remaining here in Aragon. There are the yellow flags for the Dixon crash. Here comes Tony Arbolino, through on the inside of Ayagura. That's a decisive move. He's a little bit wide, but it's going to be Pedro Acosta with a Moto2 masterclass in Motorland. He takes a dominant second win of the season. Brilliant for him, his first since returning from that serious left femur fracture and the training accident back before Germany. Acosta wins by 2.6 seconds. It's another second place, but 22-year-old Spaniard Aaron Canet, his 9th of his Grand Prix career.
And Pilar Molinero, the councillor of Motorland, with the trophy resembling the circuit here. He certainly did flex his muscles today. Pedro Acosta back on top. The rookie triumphant here in Aragon.